Oh, unmute, unmute. That's probably a good idea. There we go. And is that it? Is that the game? Crew manager, please catch up. There we go. My quick save data will be erased? Sure, that's fine. Hello. I guess I must have missed something. There's a new Genshin event apparently. I see all these people with drums doing all sorts of rhythm
Roland,
stuff.
Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital.
I don't know if we saw this. I don't think we did. I'll let it play
But
out.
what they experienced while they were
Oh,
away
I think we did.
could very well
we saw
alter
this.
the course of destiny itself.
Wow, split decision. Excuse me. Oh, I really thought this was going to be the end of chapter 15, not gonna lie. Your decision here could affect the outcome of the story.
What is so important you wish to speak to me alone?
Lord Simon is dead.
Lord Serenoa,
He is
promise
dead.
me you will remain calm. I come bearing grave news.
He's dead. I knew he was gonna die. Nothing would ever change of us being there. He's dead.
Your Lord Father has passed.
What?
He's dead. There's nothing we can do.
But how? I thought he was recovering.
It was not the illness that took him,
Dun,
my
dun,
lord.
dun.
He was assassinated.
Assassinated?
Forgive me. I was unable to stop the villain.
We actually could have done something? But Lord Simon's kind of pointless. Not gonna lie. Like, I know it's sad for Serenoa, but like,
why?
what has he ever done in the story?
It was Patriot of the Royalists.
Oh.
He believes House Wolford a hindrance to King Roland's rule. No doubt, he meant to kill both you and your father in one fell swoop.
Yeah, but it's still better we learned more about Hyzant and everything.
A hindrance? Pray tell me Roland was not involved in this plot.
I can assure you His Majesty knew nothing of this. But disclosing the truth would put us in a precarious position. At worst, it could lead to civil war. It is best you hide the fact of Lord Simon's assassination.
Or, you know, Roland could just use this as an excuse to put down the Royalists and get rid of them. You know, that could also happen, and we could establish a new form of government.
You want me to say he succumbed to his illness? How can I pay respect to my father with such lies on my lips?
And if we get the choice, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely outing him. I'm outing Patriot if we have a chance.
My lord, your father entrusted me with one final order.
Like, if I'm given the option, 100% I'm outing this man.
He asked me to tell you the truth.
The truth. You can't handle the truth.
About what?
I ask you to listen calmly, my lord.
What could it be?
You are not Lord Simon's son by blood.
A shocking
Your
twist.
true father is King Regna.
Who could have known? Who could have seen such a twist?
His Majesty sired a child out of wedlock with the Lady Destra.
Dun dun
That
dun.
child is you. Lady Destra lived in the Crown City, but she was not a woman of means. Someone of her position could never hope to marry a king. Or indeed keep her head once the Royalists discovered what had happened. Lord Simon knew this, and so he welcomed her and the baby in her belly to House Wolford.
The plot thickens.
He and I were the only two who knew her secret. We had intended to carry it with us to our graves. But in his last moment, Lord Simon bade me give this to you.
Is it some sort of secret key? Some sort of magic item? Oh, the ring. A royal signet ring.
The royal signet of Glenbrook.
Oh,
King Regna entrusted it and you to Lord Simon as proof of your place in the royal line.
The plot thickens?
Is this
This is the
truly
wildest
who
thing
I
that's
am?
happened in the entire story.
I know it may be difficult to accept.
No, I believe it. I have never known you to speak false to me.
Wow. Wow, is this... Wow, no wonder he gets along so well with Roland. Ha
Thank
ha
you for
ha.
telling me what my father wished me to know.
World End moment? West
You
moment?
would still call him father.
He raised me as his own. And besides, I must keep up the pretense in front of the others. Especially in front of Roland.
Main character secretly descended from royalty? Check.
This stays between us, Benedict. We must keep the truth of my parentage and this ring safe.
Where'd he get the ring from? Did Ragnar just have an extra ring that he gave to Simone? They just got royal signet rings lying around?
Of course, my lord, as you command.
Does this allow me to promote to a new class? Benedict has rejoined our party. I was really hoping it was going to be some sort of like super cool like item or something. Like this was going to be like the falchion or something. Or it's like when Alm gets to reclass into hero
Is
or
there
something like
on your
that.
mind, Roland?
Serenoa, I do not know what I should do.
Did something happen in the capital?
No, that problem has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
Really now?
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Yes.
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship.
So I imagine these three are completely separate scenes. So like if we hadn't gone to the village, we would have a separate scene with Frederica. So they're not based, we're not going to base anything off of what happened. Serenoa's not going to come in hot being like, yo, yeah, you get him. Because theoretically you wouldn't know or
And
the
on
other
top
things
of
wouldn't
that,
have
they
happened.
sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I understand. But
You know what they told me? They said that is what Glenbrook truly is.
A parliament and a figurehead monarchy?
That it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
even if that is true, you have the power to change it.
The future I see. It isn't set. I think it's more like a warning. I don't think I've ever... I don't even
tried.
think he says that.
That is the entire reason I took the throne.
I haven't been able to find a single instance of Shulk saying that, but for some reason I think he did.
But nothing has changed. No matter how many corrupt aristocrats I've cast out. This kingdom has always been broken.
Oops. No. Log.
This kingdom has always been broken. As Frost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together. We do not have the strength to reconcile a land and people torn apart by hatred and greed. I cannot give Glenbrook what it needs, king though I may be.
Roland.
Apologies, my friend. I should not burden you with my woes.
You burden me with nothing. But if you are struggling...
All is well. Trust me. So long as you are by my side.
Roland has rejoined the party. The king's all back together.
That is the extent of what happened during our various endeavors. The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the Salt. It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
It is most devastating. Serenoa, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
He bade me lead House Wolfort well.
I see. Then we must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you plan to do about the Royalists who misappropriated supplies?
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
That's called favoritism, Benedict. We can't do that.
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire. We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea? That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Roselle's sins? That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess?
Recap time.
If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
It does sound unbelievable, but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
The crystal from the Rosellan village?
That crystal is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzellian mines. But we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
These frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
Meanwhile, inside the mines, they're playing revenge. They got their pickaxes
Extraction
swinging
is
from
nearly
side to side.
finished. We've secured the amount we were told. Seems such a waste to just leave the rest.
Don't think Archduke Gustadolf gives two shites.
That kind of
Hurry it
sounded
up.
like Benedict.
We need to be
The
done here
first guy.
before Glenbrook catches on to us.
Sir,
Doesn't he sound a little bit like Benedict? Oh. What a short part. Part 3. Lasts all of 15 minutes. I will save my game. I will save over this. I will leave the start of chapter 14 open in case we ever want to do something like that.
Roland and House Wolfort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom apart. For one, the secret of Serenoa's birth come to light with Lord Simon's passing. Meanwhile, the newly crowned King Roland struggles to reconcile his ideals with reality after punishing the Royalists. Finally, there's the truth about the Roselle and the untapped salt crystals buried within the earth, revealed in a book to Frederica from her late mother. None of these revelations have an easy solution. As all parties discuss the matters, they receive word that the survivors of the Isfrosti army are gathering at the Grand Norzellian mines. Forced to put all else aside to focus on driving out their foe, Serenoa and his comrades steel themselves for battle.
Sleep, my friend. See ya. See ya. See ya.
The remnants of the Isfrosti forces are gathering at the Grand Norzellian mines. Or perhaps I should say they are rallying there, preparing to defend it to the last.
Something tells me you're right. Gustadolf may have used Lord Dragan's murder as pretext for invading Glenbrook. Yet I believe his true aim was to seize control, not of our kingdom, but of the mines.
Once Glenbrook fell to them, Esfrost did indeed continue mining operations with notable zeal. Apparently, they transported huge shipments of what they excavated to the duchy, too.
You mean iron ore?
One would assume as much, but we do not know for certain. They say only a chosen few were allowed to have anything to do with the mining or transport.
Odd, ain't it? Granted, the iron from the Grand Norzellian mines is supposed to be decent stuff.
But the Duchy has access to plenty of other iron mines of comparable quality. They've certainly no need to go to such pains to obtain resources from this one.
You reckon there's something special about it?
What my mother wrote of must be true. I've returned from scouting the Grand Norzellian mines. There were no signs of miners or couriers anywhere. The enemy's numbers do not appear that great, but the soldiers were occupied with some task within the mine. I cannot say exactly how many they are.
Thank you, Hewitt. Well done. Well, there you have it. The Isfrosti army is scheming something at the mines. Whatever they are planning, we cannot allow them to continue unchallenged.
Then let us reclaim the Grand Norzellian mines. And in doing so, we shall discover the Duchy's aims in due course.
Hierophant's Palace. Dun dun dun. The Saintly Seven gather without Serenoa. Right in, huh? Also, I'm gonna do this real quick. There we go. I don't know what happened. Something was messed up with some stuff. Menu. Let's look at our roster. Did you level up, Roland? No, you're still level 23 like a scrub. But at least we have you back. Knight's Bane, Double Thrust, Rush, Opportune Attack, Pushback, Flash of Steel. Nice. You don't have your accessories either. I'll have to remember to equip those as well. Excuse me. Maybe I should give Resurrection Earring to someone else, although I don't know who. I feel like the second I take it off Azana, though, it's gonna be useful on her.
Glenbrook has withdrawn from the sanctions and reopened trade with us.
King Roland is truly a man of his word.
Furthermore, during the battle for the Crown City, our forces sustained nary a scratch. while the Asfrosti were all but crushed. We could not have asked for a more auspicious outcome.
An outcome that would not have been possible without the Elfric we supplied them.
Why are there only 5 of them? Even if you I know the Holy One isn't included, but even if you included the Holy One, you'd still only have 6 people. Well, I mean, you would have 6 people. There's supposed to be 6 of them.
Still, Minister Serenoa and House Wolfort must be
Right?
given credit for aiding in our victory.
Am I forgetting somebody? There's 7, including Serenoa, so...
Minister Exham, how strange to hear you lavish such praise upon another.
Edor, Exham, Camsel, Lila, and Silverstein.
I am only speaking truth.
Where's number
Leaving
6?
Minister Serenoa in Glenbrook's hands is unwise.
I agree. As one of the Saintly 7, he belongs here with us.
Of course. We shall bring him under our thumb. The Holy One has plans for the young lord. Making him our creature has the added benefit of bringing his entire domain under Hyzantian rule.
But I doubt His Majesty will be so willing to part with him.
Oh, indeed. And yet King Roland owes us a great debt. Which will be all the greater after we help him rebuild the Crown City. We will so overwhelm him with generosity, he will be unable to refuse us anything.
So, you mean to seize Glenbrook as well, Minister Edor? Somehow I am unsurprised.
I seek nothing more than to spread the goddess's grace and wisdom. To Glenbrook and even Esfrost, until her divine protection shelters Nozelia in its entirety. That is what the goddess desires, and therefore, what the Hierophant desires as well.
Bets on the Hierophant being like a mummy or something? Oh, Twinscape. That it? Nothing else anywhere else? Okay. Twinscape it is.
Is this all of it?
Yes, my lord. This is all the cargo we were able to carry. Our comrades at the mine should be putting the final touches on everything right about now.
And why is no one telling me what is happening? I don't even know what cargo you are hauling.
We're only following Archduke Gustadolf's orders, my lord.
Yes, I understand that. Stop your sniveling. Perhaps you may have heard the Archduke has summoned me to Ironstone. This may be the last time I serve at this fort. As such, I would like to show my appreciation for everything you've done. Do you have a moment?
The sentiment is appreciated, my lord, but the Archduke insisted we make haste.
And did he also insist you spit in the face of his uncle's generosity?
No, my lord. Of course not. I meant no disrespect. We shan't refuse your gracious offer.
Come with me.
Can all that cargo truly be naught but iron ore? I suppose I shall have to find out what it is for myself.
Dun dun dun. It's a miracle that this man is still alive. It's a miracle, it truly is. Oh. That's still it? Just another investigation? Okay, well, I'm assuming a battle's gonna come up pretty soon, and I have a feeling we're gonna be under level. But we will see.
Were those the only ones?
I do not understand. There were far more soldiers here when I came scouting.
They've mined more since the last time we were here. Perhaps the enemy is further within.
Likely that's the case. But navigating these twisted tunnels ain't gonna be fun.
Indeed. The enemy may be waiting to ambush us around any corner. I advise we familiarize ourselves with the nearby tunnels before we head any deeper into the mine, Lord Serenoa.
Agreed. Let's take care to cover our tracks while we look around.
It appears Esfrost has put a lot of effort into the mines. Time to investigate. They've installed quite the number of mining carts, perhaps to transport large quantities of ore. Let us investigate the area further, but we must be on our guard. There's no telling if or when the enemy will strike. Dun dun dun. We might be able to ride the mine carts to get through the tunnels quickly. Let me see if they work. We might even be able to use them against enemies. Look out, Eridor! Whoa, the car! Phew, that was a close one. Thanks for that, lad. Let us proceed with caution. I would hate for anyone to get hurt by one of those carts. Alright. Ah. Interesting. Obsidian anklet. I suppose the number of minecarts indicates how much work the Duchy has done in these tunnels. To think they've come this far, in a short of time. What? It makes me wonder what their hurry is. Let's grab. No, I wanted to grab this. Thank you for the kins. Interesting. So you can call them, and you appear to be able to ride them wherever. So I imagine you'll be able to call them to navigate, and I assume you'll also be able to run over enemies. Excuse me. Is this one of Lord Dragan's explosives? They're all along the tunnel walls. We must be careful. There were more people here when I came scouting. My guess is that they are hiding within the tunnels now. They may be playing in the ambush. We should see if there's anything we can use to our advantage around here. Like the bombs. We'll collapse in the tunnels. Superior fiber. Done. Girl pellet. Frederica. It looks like mining continued even after Dragan was killed. I cannot help but wonder if this is what Gustav wanted from the start. Interesting. This one we'll call that one from over there. Okay. This one we'll call this one from over here. This goes down here. Another explosive. I imagine you can set these off with something. I assume by lighting them on fire. These carts may prove useful in the event of a battle. Thankfully, I have yet to see any trace of the enemy. I think now is a good time for us to glean the positions of the carts. Okay. Have we talked to everybody? This is kind of annoying. Navigating can be sometimes annoying with how he wants to like snap onto things. Let's talk to Eridor. I don't know if we've talked to you yet. We've talked to everybody else. Yes, I believe so. We don't know when the enemy will strike, but when they do, we can utilize these minecarts to fight back. We just gotta make sure we don't hit any of ours. Let's talk to Roland now. The mines were meant to be a symbol of a new age of peace between the three nations, yet it feels no more than a distant dream now. What do you think should be done with the mines now, my friend? Why not leave them be for now? Someday the world will be at peace again and mining can resume. The mines are located in our domain within the Kingdom of Glenbrook. Let us manage them together as one of the kingdom's assets. We can use it to rebuild the kingdom as the place for work. Let's do this one. A fine plan. If we can reward those who have suffered during the war, Glenbrook will recover all the faster. But we won't be able to use Dragan's explosives. I wonder if we will be able to mine these tunnels on our own. Where there's a will, there's a way, my friend. And we will find that way for Glenbrook. Okay? And then Anna. It doesn't make any sense. Troops should be stationed at the entrance, regardless of whether you want to defend or abandon the mines. So why are the soldiers hiding in the tunnels? They gain nothing by hiding in the tunnels. Perhaps they are luring us into some sort of trap. I doubt they do it of their own volition. It may be some tactic they have been ordered to carry out. The burden of defeat would likely be pressed upon them if they return to the duchy. They might just be hiding, knowing they have no place to return to. Let's go with this one. A tactic in the tunnels? You mean mining? Not quite. Mining would be best left to miners. The soldiers are likely preparing for battle. Whatever it is they're doing, it bodes ill. Okay. We just have to make sure now in navigating this place, there may still be survivors. Not let our guard down. Just what is this? Frost aim. Oh, this is just da-dum. Gotta make sure we didn't miss any sparkles. Sparkles? Sparkle? Sparkling? Sparkle? Shiny sparkly? Spike? Sparkle? Red Wimps, is that you? I've talked to Gila, I've talked to Eridor, I've talked to Roland, I've talked to Hewitt, I've talked to Anna, I've talked to Frederica. We can't seem to examine anything else, just the minecarts. And then it's just the explosives. They're all okay, interesting. Well, let's save. Yeah, over this part. There are explosives everywhere. I have a bad feeling about this. Dun dun dun! Suddenly, the cave collapses and we all die.
Benedict, these spheres everywhere. Unless I'm mistaken, they're explosives.
Yes, a means Lord Dragan devised for breaking through the bedrock. They aren't as powerful as blast crystals, but they are simple to set and can be manipulated to go off at the same time.
Reckon I'll go collect whatever charges are left, my lord. Just to be safe.
Thank you.
I wonder if he'll only grab the ones we inspected.
I do not find it strange that there are explosives in a mine, only that they have been left here.
Indeed. As deadly as they are, one would hope they were stored more safely.
You'd think the miners would have put them at the far end of the tunnel if they meant to use them.
But they're everywhere, along the whole length.
If they were to detonate, the entire tunnel would collapse.
Then they must have been left here on purpose.
Intruders! Get them!
The Frosty army!
We're back in the mines again? Got them swinging from side to side? Side to side? Dun, let's go all in, even though no, actually I think Anna might be level 26.
The Frosty mean to seal off the mine!
Do not let them through the tunnel. Kill them.
But this is House Wolfort we're up against, Commander.
You think I don't know that? The battle won't be easily won. But if we've the metal to use our explosives, victory may cost us our lives, but we could take those Wolfort curs with us. For Esfrost, for an end to Hysantian tyranny. We must blockade the mines. Soldiers, make ready.
Aye! No, they don't mean to.
They would blow the tunnel at the cost of their own lives?
Are they trying to make their parents cry?
I forgot
Let me
Trish was
help
gonna
you
be
get
here.
some sense into these fools, my lord.
I forgot she was here.
Your aid is most welcome, Trish.
She just kind of showed up. She's just like, I'm here too. Dun dun. Allow even a single explosive. Well, it's a good thing that we found those explosives then. I can't imagine. I mean, that'd be like a game over if you didn't find them earlier. Oh, detonates in 70 turns. Alright. Now, I assume, does that mean, I assume that's 70 turns for each? It's not like a normal turn-based thing? That's gonna be kind of annoying. Who do we have? Ian's, Benedict, who else is recommended? Really? Only these two? Oh, we get free rain then. Groma, we'll bring Groma. Oh, and Anna. Oh, we have to deploy Trish? Okay, okay, fine. We'll do that. Kuretin, I always want to bring Kuretin. But we only get 10 people, this kind of sucks. Kinda want to use Kuretin to like block people off, separate people. Let's look at weaknesses. Anyone weak to ice? No. No one's weak to ice. So, I guess we won't bring Kuretin, which kind of sucks because we literally just like crowned him and everything last stream. So, kind of an L there. They are weak to fire though. So Frederica, we'll bring you. Medina, let's not bring you. I'm gonna regret that, but let's not. Roland, let's bring you. Nar, do you have any fire? You do. You have Scorch. You might be useful, and you could be a backup healer as well. But then we'd have to get rid of somebody. We have Trish. But Huette is just much more useful than you are. Although, I don't know, you do have overlapping duties, kind of. But Huette has a lot more, like, utility than you do. Izana... Let's not bring Izana this time. And let's bring Narv instead. I kind of want to bring Groma, but we just don't have the slots for it. And then I will give Narv the Resurrection thing.
I'll do my best.
And what's this obsidian anklet? Prevents natural TP. Oh, that's kind of gross. That's kind of gross. I don't think we have anybody who just wants to attack that would use that. Maybe Garoma. That'd be like the only person. But I don't think the opportunity cost is there. The black anklet. Yeah, let's keep that on you. And then Roland, where's the Gergard's cloak? Since we're not using Groma. Luck by 3, sure. Ian's. You're so dependent on your TP. I don't think that's a good idea for you either. Benedict is 2, and not Benedict, Eridor is 2, and I really don't think stuff like this would help him too much. Ice Amulet, Movement Dangle, Luck, HP Ring, Duet, Wind Amulet, Obsidian Anklet. You got so many people who are really dependent on their TP. Flame Arrow. See, this is another fire type thing. So move just like a square. Yeah. I think we'll... Oops. I think we'll keep Trish onto the strategizing. Yes. I got a cool new thingamajig, and I think it's kind of worthless right now. I think we're good. I mean, we gave him this. We're still only allowed 10 characters per map, which is kind of lame. But what are you gonna do? Number 2 is right there, huh? Well, maybe we should put Anna... Oh wait, who's number 1? Oh, Eridor is. Is the Vanguard Scarf going to be that useful? I think it would be. So just so we can like run up in here. And then number 2, and then Anna. And then Bowman. And then it's back to me. Then Roland. Then the other bow. Then the sword. Then back to me with Gila. Duet. Then 9, way over there. And then 10, 11, I have 10 and 11, and then 12's over there. And then 13's way back there, I have 14, they have 15, which is the other mage. I have 16 and 17, 18's way back there. Huette's at, or not Huette, Frederick is 19, and then 20 is way down there. I think this is a good position, and I can't wait to die. I can't wait to game over. It's gonna happen. Sure, I'll view the overview. Explosives. Set to detonate on a timer, move next to the enemy explosives and disarm them. Okay, easy. Anna might be able to do that in like the second turn. Minecarts. Hero cart will go blue. Yup, the opposite station will become selectable. Nice. Yup, and you can call them. When you're standing next to a station, you can call. Is that the turn, or will it show up? Excuse me. Keep in mind the cart deals damage. Okay, yep. I will commence the battle. Now, how much damage? I'm interested to see how much damage they actually do if you just full tilt ram into somebody. Eliminating the Esrosti soldiers. Battle begins.
Comrades, we will seal off the mines, whatever it takes.
If it costs us our lives to destroy our enemy, so be it. Detonate the charges and let them rot in pieces among the iron.
What a funny voice for a big guy.
Set off the explosives. Do not take this lightly. They're willing to martyr themselves to defeat us.
The bastards think they can take us down with them? Sorry! sorry, but I got better things to do than get blown up.
I'll take you on!
What if I just rode this cart all the way down? Except for the fact that there's literally no point. Eridor, use sprint.
Show me what you're made of.
Show me what you got. And run up here.
Desperate soldiers sure do make for easy marks.
You're not a thief anymore. If you do anything to tarnish the Wolfort name...
Hey, what kind of second-rate goon do you take me for? I don't make mistakes, ever.
Oh, you're just ditching it. Okay. Anna, you can get all the way over here. You can even take cover. And you can disarm that bomb. Easy. And then Bowman. The way... Oh, sprint. Wow.
For victory!
I imagine I'm going to try and just sweep in this way. And go all the way around. So, Roland. Sure. You're done. Oh, decent bit of damage.
I shirk from no danger.
Freezing arrow. Charge.
Here I come.
Didn't even reach him. Yeah, blindness. Why not?
Darkness engulfs you.
What are you gonna do all the way back there, mage? That's what I thought. Oh.
All right, the rest of you, keep going. Blow up the tunnel and seal off the mines.
Damn! We need to hurry before the explosives go off.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
Serenoa, do I want to send you all the way off on your own? Oh, it's a healer. Yes, I will. I will send you off on your own. Not the rear guard's cloak.
Ready for battle.
Trish. Just flaming arrow. Yeah.
Perfect opportunity.
Oh! Oh!
Time for some sorcery.
What? How? Impossible.
Fire, it worked!
So it comes to battle.
Jens. Honestly, you put a spring trap, like... What's this guy's range? Yeah, if you put a spring trap, like, right here.
I've got it!
Make a little wall.
Shall we begin?
And then Gila, why don't you just move here and... Oh, well, okay. Move here and heal Trish.
Be at ease. Thank you kindly.
Then Spearman will do something. Charge 2. Charge 2. Frederica. Take some damage. And then, is it clear weather? Oh, call cart? No. Can't you just scorch this guy? Actually, can you just take him out with blazing chains? You can't. You can't take him out with any of your attacks, huh? Blazing chains. Might as well... I mean, it's the same amount of TP, so I might as well just use blazing chains.
We will make our ideals reality.
The healer... Ah, just gonna run him for regen. Eridor... I wonder... Can I just knock you off? Okay, I guess not. Can I just knock him off the side of the cliff? Is that a thing? And just get up here. Use the explosive. Easy. And then... End turn. Face this way.
Charge!
Roland. Double thrust. Any place you can opportune attack from? Actually, you could just take this guy out. But Huet is gonna act before he does, so keep this guy in here. Pushback, 54. Flash of Steel. Okay, pushback does the most. And still 2 TP.
Forward.
Serenoa. You might as well get here and hope that this guy attacks you so you can use your physical counter. Oh,
The hunt is on.
rip. Well, Roland's dead. You wet. Take that guy out. Weird. He's facing our back, and he somehow attacked all around us. Interesting how that works. Well, Trish, get back here. Attack this guy.
Me next.
Oh.
I did it.
Okay. I missed. I
watch
did
you,
it.
Grandfather.
Narv. You can't hit both of them. Even if you try really hard. Oh wait, no, if you do this way you can.
The fruits of my studies.
I shall do what I can.
And then Gila, just take this guy out. Please hit. You have a 96. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, you have a 96% chance. Please do not miss.
I'll give it my best.
Ian's the mage. 54% chance, I'll take that.
Sorry.
Oh. I like how Anna's is like, oh, it's Slumber Strike, and Ian's is like, no, I just hit him in the head with the hammer. Let's go for you.
Blade worked. We will make
Rough start,
our
like
ideas
normal.
reality.
So far, not too bad. Please attack Serenoa. Oh.
This
Oh.
ain't ideal.
Just heal, I guess. Yeah, just heal yourself, Eridor.
Never. I love the battlefield.
And then just face this way.
Time to work.
Anna. Might as well get in here. Take cover.
Into the shadows.
Oh, she's on the tracks though. That's kind of annoying. Probably shouldn't have done that. Take cover.
Defeat is not an option.
Serenoa. Might as well use Hawk Dive. You've got all your TP, even though you're below.
Time to take
Might as well
flight.
use it. Huet. You do some damage to this guy, but once again it's Narv, so it's not doing too much. Now, if you could hit the mage back there, that'd be great. But you can't. So I guess it brings him down to 86.
Victory is all. Did it.
Bomb? Mage. Oh, he's gonna retreat probably because he has no TP. Okay. Okay. Immobile. Yep, attack Narv. Heal. Attack Serenoa. Oh, I didn't get a counter? Okay. Well. Narv. You might as well just move here and disarm, because you're not gonna do anything anyway. You're not gonna do any meaningful damage. Trish. You can't get an angle on him from behind. But you can just do a little bit of damage here. Oh, and you missed. Okay.
Shall we begin?
Gila, use Sanctuary to heal you and Narv.
I'm behind you.
Thank you.
And then move this way. Frederica. Might be able to take this guy out, but you have no Actually, you move here. Oh, you're gonna do 1 damage. Okay. Okay. 1 damage. Oh, encounter. Okay.
It's
well.
time.
Narv. We're gonna hope for another slumber strike.
May I?
Oh, and a miss.
This ain't ideal.
Well, this guy's gonna cause some problems. In tandem? Do I want it in tandem? I could in tandem Huguette and take that guy out. What are my options? I could also missed opportunity him. And I still have Revitalize, but that's 3 of our 5. So let's just in tandem Huguette. That seems like our best choice. Just, yeah, sprint. Might as well. Just wait.
Time to take flight.
Huguette, take this guy out. 96, 86, please hit. There we go.
My pride is my
level up.
shield.
And I can move you safely. And actually, this spot is completely safe. Wow, look at that. Oops, what did he say? I did not hear what he said. I assume that this means it's going to go off soon. Serenoa's up next. Pretty close. You could throw poison. Might as well get some damage on.
Victory is within reach.
And then you might as well throw some more poison.
Suffer.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
This one is in 60 turns. Can I get... Ooh. That's some decent damage. Might as well. Well, bam. I understand why Benedict would be useful. Oh, immobility. Corny.
Too obvious.
Missed. Poison damage. Flank.
A wasted effort.
You're gonna go again.
Time for
Anna's doing
sorcery.
pretty well. Narv. I might as well get you over here. So you can get up this ladder. Regen. Oh, cure wounds. Okay, well, fine. Trish. I can't get you to a point where... No, I can't. I can leap, though. What am I flaming arrowing? Just lighting stuff on fire? Why does it let me choose that? What am I hitting? Just lighting stuff on fire? Well, just leap. Might as well. Probably should have leaped not on the track. Heal Frederica.
You have my gratitude.
And let's head along this way. Frederica. Scorch leaves 75, 54. Okay, well, might as well do this.
2 actions worked.
It's time.
He ends. I could use my critical hit here to just take this guy out. But Eridor is coming up pretty soon, so... Or right after, so there's no real need to.
I've been waiting for this.
Because Eridor can just... Well, bam bam.
I'll help you. There's more yet to
Yeah,
learn.
so now that guy's out of the way.
The hunt is on.
Huguette, you can't attack anybody, but if you move back here... 90% blindness seems like a pretty good idea.
My turn.
How are you facing? You're facing front, but you're facing... Can Huguette follow-up attack from here? No. So maybe... Poison you. Actually, if I move... How far does poison go? That does count as a back attack. But then I won't be able to stab you again. So instead, we will throw 1 poison this way, right next to you, and then we will just stab you.
I feel stronger already.
Now they're poisoned, one of them's blind. He is immobile. Serenoa, just heal yourself a little bit.
I need this.
That bomb is totally gonna go off. Yep, there we go. Okay. I have fallen. Didn't. I can't imagine what to retry battle, yeah. I like how you can just go back to the world map. There's literally nothing else to do. And you can do everything from the... You can do everything from the battle screen too. It's not like this would change anything. You could just not take the mission, I guess. But you can still go to your encampment, so that really doesn't have a point. It does 98 damage, but it gets Roland really far away. So while I sort this out, I'm going to run the reroll, because the ads are going to start anyway. So I'll start them now instead of during the battle. Pretty much the same strategy, though, I think. Ian's, I don't think is as useful hanging back. I think here he's really useful for his ladder. I think I'm gonna send Narv with Serenoa to go in the back. This is going pretty well with everyone here. Duet and Trish and Anna going over there. Eridor, if you just want to like go up here again, I think really going this way is a pretty good idea. And then having a small group, as everyone advances this way towards this area over here, I think it's going to be a smart idea to send some people in there. And then I know, of course, the second I do this, that I'm going to get ambushed, because they're going to be ambush bombs, because why not? Because that's fun and exciting gameplay. But, Anna, Eridor, stay here. Anna, go up here again. You can disarm this and attack this guy, maybe. Duet, Roland, you can deal with these people over here. Trish, yeah. Maybe Trish stay over here. Frederica stay over here. Ian's. Is there really a place for ladders over here? No, it's going to be more useful over here. So let's keep this over here. That's not what I wanted to do. Now I gotta go through this one. Thank you, game. Okay. Let's just begin the battle. Yes. They didn't ask me, so, because I already saw it, but I would have really loved to skip out on seeing the overview again. I don't need to see it for every battle. Okay. So, same strategy.
Come at me!
Eridor, you sprint.
Show me what you're made of.
Charge on in. This guy, he's gonna run.
Orders.
Anna, and up here. Take cover.
You won't catch me.
Face this way. Bowman will go somewhere.
I won't lose.
Roland. Run up here as well. Use Flash of Steel. How does this work?
Brace yourself.
Well, bam! I utilized the high ground, and now I have no TP. Come over and attack Eridor.
Here I come.
Oh, I guess not. I could hit you except for the fact that it hits. Let's use Sight Set.
Allow me.
Why not? You're gonna place down a bomb.
Defeat is not an option.
Serenoa. Let's take care of this guy first. He caused a lot of problems before.
Make way.
So let's take him out. Oh. Trish, your accuracy just isn't that great. I know I'm attacking you straight on, but it's just not that great. You can run here. Gets attacked by Huette. Nice. Charge.
Time for some sorcery.
Narv. Spark. Might as well.
Don't be afraid.
He's got lowered defense now.
To battle.
He ends. Block this off some more by putting another spring trap here.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Gila, go over here and heal Roland.
Your wounds are
My apologies.
one step closer to our hope.
He's gonna use charge and then move forward. Frederica, can you get anywhere? You can scorch here, might as well.
Powers in me.
We're in the mine, so we don't have fair weather. The S-Frosty Healer is gonna put regen on himself.
I'll take you on.
He's gonna advance this time. Eridor can just take this guy out from behind.
Gotcha.
Face this way. Anna can defuse the explosive. And then she can also throw poison. Oh, on this guy, I guess. Oh, no, guess not. I guess you'll just end your turn then. Face this way. Did this again. Roland. Attack from this side. That way Huette can flank with you.
I shirk from no danger.
Physical counter.
Yeah.
Physical. Oh. Go this way.
The hunt is on.
Roland's in danger. Let's use restore.
Sorry to worry
you. Sure. Sorry about that. I reached forward to mute and I sneezed. I was like, oh no, I'm sneezing. Blindness, hopefully that does some stuff. No, no blindness. Rip. Luckily, if he attacks from the front, we have that icy panel.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
Sarah Noah. Actually, is this higher elevation? This is. A little bit more damage. Well, bam!
To lead, I must grow.
And then Eridor's coming up.
Ready for battle.
Krish. Fire arrow 97.
Wide open.
Boom. Easy. Easy MMR. Roland's very close to being dead. It was worth it to use the thing on him. You know what, Narv? Just use a good old pellet on Eridor. Excuse me, on Eridor.
Did it. I shall do what I can.
Gila, get over here. Heal this man.
Allow me.
Sorry to worry you.
And Roland's gonna be going before any of them can.
I must remain calm.
He ends. Why can't you get on this? What's wrong with this cart? Why can't I take it all the way over here? Is it out of my movement range? Is that why? It'd be kind of lame if it is. "42 turns. I might as well just go here. Get ready for it. And I can put a spring trap. Here.
Please work.
Frederica. Get here. And just end your turn. I just need you to move forward. So I thought. Go that way. Eridor can't move. But what he can do is wait.
My turn.
Anna. What you can do is you can poison this guy, 94% chance. And then you can take cover.
You won't.
Just hide. Once again, you're on the tracks, but oh
Here I
well.
come.
Huette, what you can do is if you got over here, well, if you got here actually, 90% chance of blindness.
You'll get no mercy from us.
Okay.
I won't lose.
Roland, you can defuse this. 58 turns. 8, 3, 13. Yeah, defuse this, and then retreat back here. Flip that fire a little bit. Divide that up again amongst all them. Yep, go to
Defeat is
Gila.
not an option.
Serenoa, get all the way over here. And then your turn, so you can go for this thing. Bowman going after Huette makes sense. Trish. We want to call the cart to get over there? No, we might as well just leave here.
Farewell.
Blind.
I'll try.
Miss. Okay, so how many turns do we have left on this? I need to check. 26 turns. Okay. Serenoa, you should be good. Frederica, you can take this all the way over here and into a line of fire. You know what? Let's do it.
We can win this.
This guy's gonna keep going back here. Yep.
Here I come.
Narv. Call the cart.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Gila. Heal Huette.
Allow me.
That's a lot of damage that she took.
So it comes to battle.
Ian's. Get down here and use constricting net on this guy so he can't move. You're still... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Anna, take cover. How many turns are on this one? 19 turns. We'll be good. We'll be good. Anna. You can take this guy out, actually. Might as well.
Victory is within reach.
Might as well.
Over.
Face this way. Battle Mage over here. Doing something. Roland. How much damage can you do to this guy? Might as well use double thrust.
You don't stand a chance.
Well, bam.
Did you see that? Good try.
This battle is ours.
Huette. Can you hit from here? Is that a thing that you can do? 90% chance of blindness.
From this range.
What? Oh no, he is blind. I was gonna say.
Defeat is not an option.
Serenoa, get here and defuse the explosive. Face this way. Spikeman is gonna come in here. Blindman. Spikeman's gonna come in here. Try and get you back there. Trish. You can hit him with a flaming arrow.
You're wide open.
Blindness, he's gonna try and attack. Gonna miss. Frederica. How much is Blazing Chains gonna do? Might as well.
Stay right. It worked. Here I come.
Narv. Get over here and use Scorch. Probably should have used Sanctuary.
Studies.
But Serenoa is
Cool
gonna act
heads shall
before they do.
prevail.
Gila. How far does Cure Wounds go? Okay, not that far. Heal Roland. Then Roland can finish off the rest of them. Because everyone else on here is ahead of them. We're looking pretty good on this side, so I'm gonna head over here again. Don't want to call the cart because that'll hit Narv. But we want to use this at the start. Let's use Sprint.
Push on through!
Get the extra square, and then just run in here.
I'll give it my best.
Ians, you can actually just move here and defuse the explosives. This guy can't move. Oh no, he can. The net failed. He has his back against the wall, which is kind of annoying.
I will end this.
Anna. Just take this guy from behind, get that bonus kudo. And then just end your turn.
Charge!
Roland. Might as well just attack. Reinforcements, nice. I missed what they said.
Here I come.
So I was holding down the fast forward button. Focus, side set. No, there's no point. There's no enemies nearby. Go this way.
What would Father do?
Father would heal. That's what Father would do, Serenoa. And heal you shall.
I need this.
And then Father would protect Narv.
Back at you.
Corny. Trish. Take this guy out.
You left yourself open.
Ba-bam. Getting here for the bomb. Frederica, how's the landscape going? Rain death from above, why not? Go this way. Further and further away from your healer. I know, it's ideal. Gila, how's haste looking on Anna? 8 to 8. We can't hit Roland. You might as well just heal yourself then.
Your wounds are healed.
You won't beat me!
Eridor, just keep on running in. I think I just want you here. You're gonna keep running. Life magic, just keep casting regen on yourself. Battle mage, what are you gonna do?
So it comes to battle.
Ians. Constricting net.
Amen.
Trying to get it to work. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Narv. Okay, that'll take him out. Actually, all of your things take 2, right? Yeah, just take them out.
I will end this.
Anna, get over here.
This battle is ours.
You wet, get over here.
For victory!
Roland, get over here. Spearman, charge! Swordman, charge! Bowman, sprint! I knew it. Frederica, get over here.
From where shall we strike?
Serenoa, get in here. Defuse the explosives. Battle mage.
I've been waiting
Oh,
for
I
this.
thought I was trying to bait out the mage. Okay. Over here, help with Narv.
Let me heal your wounds.
Gila, get up here. Cure wounds, and Anna.
Be at ease. Much obliged. My
Swordman, okay. Anna, get up here. And you just take cover. Because you have full TP, and it'd be a waste to not do anything. And then you might as well just surmount and move up the space. It's free experience.
Calm.
Ians, move here. There's 2. Okay, no, actually move here. It is spring trap here,
This is my way of doing things.
and then move up 1 space here.
I'll show you what I can do.
Narv, you continue to move up here and wait to get that TP.
My turn.
Roland, get up here with Gila, join the rest of the party.
This battle is ours.
You wets. Can you hit from here? Is that gonna hit? Yes. Blinding arrow, 90% chance of blindness.
Victory is ours.
There we go. He's gonna move back here. With any luck. Yep, there we go. Another bomb, that's what...
Where shall we strike?
Hawkeye? Too bad I can't just, like, exit here and defuse the bomb. Hawkeye?
Now I end this.
Battle Mage? Probably going up for... Oh, no. Not for sure. Frederica? What quietuses do we have? We only have Restore. Okay, so we have Fleet-footed, In Tandem, Battle Cry, Lightwave, Unique, Critical Blow. You know what? Just move yourself here and just take one of the normal pellets. Why
For
not?
myself. For
Yay.
a better world.
Level up. Blindman. You're gonna... Oh, no, I thought for sure you were gonna come up and attack Huette. It's not. Trish, you can leap over onto this other part of high ground. Plundering Shot. Nice. Face this way.
I've been waiting for this.
Eridor, get up in here. You still have boosted movement, right? Yeah. Get up in here. Use sprint again, just because why not? TP. And get up here as well. You're still in cover, but you can use Surmount to get down
Come
here.
get me.
And you can end your turn.
I shall do what I can.
Gila. You can use Cure Wounds from
Allow
Frederica.
me. You have my gratitude.
My turn.
Roland, you can continue advancing with
I
them.
hope you're watching, grandfather.
Narv, how far is your range? Not very far. Move here. Gila will heal you next time. Cure Wounds, that's kind of cringe. I could go for Esferosity Battle Mage. Sure, 75% chance of immunity. There we go.
So it comes to battle.
Ian's. Retreat up here and use a spring trap to knock this guy off. Actually, how far can you go? Retreat here and use a spring trap to knock this guy off.
I've got it.
Face this way. Bowman. Battle Mage can't move, so he can't do anything because no one's in his range.
Where shall we strike?
Sarah Noah, the archer, has left himself vulnerable. So bite his back. You're not the Battle Mage, the Bowman. Frederica, start moving up now that you've got some health back. Anna, you can go after this Elite Blade as well. First, hit him in the back with a bit of poison. Actually, you know what? Hit them both with poison.
Strike.
Yeah, hit them both with poison.
This'll hurt.
Make way.
Trish. If I frame it from this way... When's this going? 48 turns. Okay, no, we're still good. Ooh, Flaming Arrow. Big damage.
That hit the mark. I won't lose.
Roland, run up.
Come at me.
Eridor, diffuse that explosive.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Gila, get up here.
I hope you're watching, grandfather.
Narv, how far is your range on Spark?
Lightning!
27% chance? Nah, who cares?
Here I come.
Huettes. You can take out the Battle Mage. How much damage can you do to this guy? It's a decent amount of damage. Let's just take out this guy.
My pride is my shield.
More reinforcements. Reinforcements. Just great.
More soldiers.
Okay, now we can look at what we saw.
For the Duchy! For the loved ones awaiting word of our triumph! We will win this, one way or another!
More of them. Stay on your guard, my friends.
Wolfort bastards! We'll have no home to return to if we fail to seal the mines off.
More soldiers. We need to stop them before they can set off the explosives. We need to stop them before...
This healer is still here. I put regen on the big men. Ian's... Okay, I think we use in tandem on Serenoa. Then we move here. Then we whack this guy.
This'll do it.
Then we face this way. Then Serenoa goes down here, and he uses delaying strike.
Wait your haha!
Okay. Then he comes up,
You little cow!
and then he's blind.
A wasted effort.
Frederica, move down here as well. There's no reason for you to be up here. And then... we can throw poison on you. How much damage can I do to you? Not a lot. And you're still blinded for one more turn. You have regen on the other hand. So first,
Victory is within reach.
let's poison you. Then let's poison you.
Gotcha. My turn.
Roland, get down here as well. We're gonna cram in on the back of the cave.
Press. Done it now.
Shall we begin?
Gila, get in here and heal Narv.
Be at ease.
Thank you.
I'll take you on.
Use a large ranged pellet to hit all of us.
Never felt better.
And face this way.
Time for some sorcery.
Then Narv. Use Sanctuary on Ian's. Or you could just take this guy out. But no, use Sanctuary. How far can you reach actually? Can you go even further? Okay, use Sanctuary on Ian's.
I can heal too.
Thank you.
This battle is ours.
Huet, are you still in range from up here? You are not. Are you in range over here? You are not. Are you in range from back here? You are not. Oh, but what you can do is go right here and go set.
Allow me.
That way when these two buffoons try to move in, they'll have a rude awakening. Now what we can do is we can take this guy out.
Have another. Look at me learning.
Keep you here. These two will try to move in. And they'll get shot. And then this guy will try to move in. He'll also get... oh, he's just out of range. Bowman, Swordman will come up. He doesn't have the range. Pikeman will come up and hit Eridor, but it's kind of useless because he's Eridor.
From where shall we strike?
Serenoa, you can hit Delaying Strike on the Pikeman. And save Ian's. Frederica. You can come up here, in range of the bowman only. Or, you could go here, and lay down a Scorch on them.
With the powers in me.
Charge, it's gonna run.
For victory.
Roland. I want you back here with Huet now.
Time to work.
Anna, you can take... oh, 72, nice. Go Bam Bam, Bam Bam, and then go Bam Bam,
To lead.
Bam Bam, Bam Bam, Bam Bam, and then Ian's. You can go Spring Trap,
Please work.
Shall we begin?
and Gila, you can go up here and go Cure Wounds.
Allow me. Much appreciated.
You won't beat me.
And then Eridor, you can go here and you can go... well, Bam.
You're in the way.
I'll show you what I can do.
And then Narv, you can move in here, or even here. And Scorch, you can hit, okay, maybe here. Scorch, that'll hit both of them. How are we looking on paralysis chances? 27, 27, okay, not that high. Yeah, just Scorch them.
Fruits of my studies. I did it.
get those defense debuffs.
The hunt is on.
You wet? Hit him with the blinding
You'll
arrow.
get no mercy from us.
Make way.
And then Trish. Hit him with flaming arrow again. This guy.
Perfect opportunity.
They're gonna come up. He's gonna be blind. He's gonna try and attack. He's gonna miss. He's gonna clash. He's gonna move in. He's gonna attack Eridor for whatever reason, and not the squishy targets. The healer's still healing in the back. Serenoa. What is Serenoa gonna do? Serenoa's gonna run on in, and he's gonna use Sweeping Slash and hit both of them.
I'll make this quick. It's not over yet.
Then Roland will come in, and he'll go... Well, bam bam.
My turn.
And then Anna will come in. And what will Anna do? Anna will go here, throw poison on you.
Suffer.
And then throw poison on you. Oh, it's gonna hit Eridor. Oh, that's too bad. Well, I guess she'll just throw poison again.
You won't escape.
And then Frederica's gonna move a step back, and she's gonna lay down another Scorch.
2 ashes.
And then he's gonna attack Eridor.
What do I do?
And then Ian's. What you're gonna do is move in here and put in a spring trap that's gonna protect the side flanks here.
This is my way of doing things.
You're gonna level
really
up again.
Feel like I've grown.
It's only a flesh wound.
And then Eridor, what you're gonna do is, seeing how turn order is going, you are actually going to attack this S-Frosty Polearm.
Time to die!
And continue to stay right here.
Cool heads shall prevail.
And then Gila, what you are going to do is you are actually going to use... Can you hit all of them? No. Well, then you're just going to use Cure Wounds on Roland.
Your wounds are...
Thank you.
My growth is plain to see.
And just stay there.
Time to take flight.
And then Tuet, what you're going to do is you're just going to take this guy out. And then fly down here.
Time for some sorcery.
And then Narv, what you were going to do is you were actually going to go in here. And you're going to hit him from the back. And look at all that damage you're doing. But actually what we're going to do, because we're almost done, is I'm just going to use Battle Cry on you. And now I can't res anybody, so maybe that's kind of an L. But we're going to move in, like, here. And use Sanctuary.
It's not over yet.
And then get some 2 kudos for healing all these units simultaneously. And then... we'll take out some... Oh, we missed on the blade again. Rip. He's blind. He's going to try to attack. He's going to miss, but he's going to hit Roland again somehow. He's just unlucky. He's going to go around this way. He's going to plant another bomb. The healer's going to come in and use Cure Wounds again.
Defeat is not an option.
Serenoa's going to come in here, and he's going to... Oh, is that not what? No, Serenoa's going to come in over here, and he's going to hit defuse the bomb because he doesn't have enough TP to be useful.
For victory!
Then Roland's going to be like, well, bam bam, I'm like you.
May I?
But actually not, because everybody missed.
My turn.
Then Anna's going to come in here, and she's going to be like, hey, yo, I'm going to hit you with that poison. And then she's going to be like, hey, yo, I'm going to hit you with that silver dagger.
Victory is within reach.
And then he's going to be like, I guess I attack Anna. But then Eridor gets that physical counter. And then Frederica goes, hey, yo, imagine missing. Couldn't be me. And instead she's just going to use Scorch because I'm not taking a chance.
Heed my call.
Gets that KO TP.
Shall we
And then
begin?
Gila's going to be like, Duet's just going to have to heal the defuse the bomb because honestly I can't be bothered to deal with it because she's in the way. And then Eridor is going to be like, but yo, what if I just like smashed into you?
You're in the way!
Hanging on to life. Hanging on to life.
I must remain calm.
And then the ends is going to be like, sure, throw it.
Man.
The hunt is on.
And then Huette's going to be like, time to defuse this bomb. And then she's going to fly all the way over here.
I hope you're watching, Grandfather.
And then Narv is gonna be like, hey guys, I'm here with the Clutch Sanctuary. And everyone's gonna be like, thanks, Narv.
It's not over yet.
My apologies.
Make way!
And then Trish is gonna be like, hey guys, I'm here too. Flaming Arrow.
I don't play around.
84% chance. Missed.
For victory!
What is this, Fire Emblem? Destiny
Forward.
child players, when Wood Citry only has a 95.1% chance to land your debuff. Can I hawk dive from behind? I can. We're just gonna hawk dive from behind.
That hit the mark. Another!
This poor mage is left all alone.
My turn.
And then we just go bam bam.
That hit the mark.
And we just go, well, bam bam.
That hit the mark.
Frederica, run here and just use like Fire Shield on Roland for bonus experience.
Let me heal your wounds.
Sheila, run over here and use Sanctuary for those bonus experience.
Sorry to worry you.
This battle is ours.
Huette, run over here and use... Oh, that's not what I quite wanted to do. Eridor, run up right here and use Provoke, because why not? Bonus experience.
I'll give it my best.
Ien's, run in here and use Constricting Net
How about this?
for that bonus experience. And then Narv, come in with the finisher and just drop a lightning bolt on this man.
Don't be afraid.
His frosty soldiers have been dealt with.
And they're all done.
They must be crazy to even consider blowing themselves up like that.
The mine is ours again. But why was Esfrost so desperate to keep it from us?
Victory! And it only took us what? Like, an hour? We got extra large HP recovery pellets, we got 2 D-Swift Spice, we got some quality iron, some stone, some quality stone, but more importantly, we got 78 kudos and almost 20,000 kins. Although they say coin here, even though I'm pretty sure they say kin every other time. They called it kins, I'm sure. That's not just me being crazy. I'm sure they called it kins in the beginning.
That was close. To think they tried to collapse the tunnel with themselves still inside.
And
Why
now
would
back
the
to not
Esfrosti
talking,
blow
because they talk in the
themselves
game.
up to destroy the place they were charged to defend? It makes no strategic sense.
Nothing as Frost does make sense. But if they were this desperate, there must be something in there they do not want us finding. We must see what lies at the end of this tunnel.
Now let us press on.
Oh!
These pink rocks aren't iron.
There's salt!
It's salt.
Or rather...
Salt crystal.
Crystallized salt, untapped beneath the earth. The Rosellan legend my mother recorded is true.
The grand Norzellian mines must have been built upon a vein of crystals. This explains how Esfrost was able to cut ties with Hyzant.
As long as they could excavate their own, they didn't need to rely on the Sol from the Holy State. They could fight without it.
How do you think Gustadolf discovered this?
Magic.
Lord Dragan was in charge of the mines, until he was assassinated in that sudden Esfrosti raid, which Gustadolf used as a pretense to invade Glenbrook, after which he claimed control of the mines. That tells me Lord Dragan was likely the first to discover the salt crystals. However, a struggle ensued between him and Gustadolf over their ownership.
So Gustadolf had him killed and ordered the invasion of Glenbrook. In order to seize control of the mines and secure the salt crystals for himself. That scheming bastard!
Looks like we made the right call, taking back the mines. They already took loads of salt crystals to the Duchy, but even that ain't gonna last them forever.
Indeed. If we can hold the mines, Esfrost will have no choice but to surrender.
And what if they discover another vein of salt crystals elsewhere?
A real possibility, if the Rosellan legend is to be believed. But the Grand Norzellian mines only succeeded because all three powers worked together. If this is the kind of terrain salt crystals are found in, Esfrost cannot dig a new mine all on their own that easily.
Meaning they're at their most vulnerable now, without a source of salt to call their own.
This does not concern only Esfrost. The existence of salt crystals will undermine the very foundation upon which Hyzant is built.
If people knew that, then the two pillars of Hyzantian power, the source and the might of their goddess, would crumble.
And it would prove the Rosellan legend is true. If we reveal the truth, they would be forced to free the Rosell they've imprisoned.
We hold the very future of Norzellia in our hands.
Whatever we decide to do, we cannot decide it lightly.
Indeed. For now, let us return to the Crown City. Huet, send word to the capital. I want Kingdom soldiers posted around this entire area. Tell them to allow no one anywhere near the mines.
It shall be done, sire.
I like that she went eat, ooh, eat. That little 90-degree turn in there. Oh, Lila. Or Milo.
This must be what the old man was hoping to find.
Why is she even here? She was like, yo. She's back in the story again? Can we just, like, slit her throat?
Our army failed to secure the Grand Norzellian mines.
It would seem House Wolfort interfered.
Can we just, like, kill her and be like, she was killed in battle?
Glenbrook forces already surround the area, so retaking the mines is likely out of the question.
They must have discovered the salt crystals. Damn them. Gather our soldiers, and be quick about it.
Aye, Your Grace.
I see you finally decided to answer my summons, Svarog.
I shan't use laboring in secret to complete the death knell as an excuse. Punish me as you see fit. If you think you can, that is.
I ought to wipe that impertinent smile off your face.
I saw what they brought in from the Grand Norzellian mines.
Huh. So you know of the salt crystals?
Enough secrets, Gustadolf. Tell me what you are planning.
To use those salt crystals to put the final nail in Hyzant's coffin. To free the people of Norzellia from their tyranny by ending their monopoly over salt.
By which you mean the strong will be free to trample the weak. Is that it?
I will not argue semantics. Though it is at least far more human to struggle for one's own survival, rather than capitulate to the whims of some goddess. People have the right to discover their own strength, and wield it to claim what is rightfully theirs. Just as you are contesting me at this very moment, Uncle.
How long have you known of the salt crystal's existence?
I learned of the possibility long ago, when I read of them in an old text from the archives. Ancient knowledge should never be discarded, as you well know, since you had Dragan study there to perfect his explosives.
You are the one who had him killed.
Spare me your unfounded speculation.
Unfounded, you say? Dragan oversaw the mine. It only stands to reason that he would have discovered the salt crystals first. So you, in your greed, had him killed, so that you might claim his discovery for your own! Not only that, but you used his murder as a pretext to invade Glenbrook. Am I wrong?
Huh. You have an admirable imagination. Admirable, but mistaken.
And then all the arrows come in.
Your son was quite
never
the
mind.
ambitious man, you know.
What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean. Indeed, Dragan did discover the salt crystals. Who else do you think told me of their existence? Yet he refused to hand them over unless I made him Prime Minister of Esfrost. And your son's scheming didn't end there. At the same time, he had initiated negotiations with Glenbrook. He offered them salt crystals in exchange for a noble title. He sought to fatherland and foe for all he could get.
Lies! All of it! How dare you dishonor my son's name!
I thought if anyone understood the extent of Dragan's ambition, it would be you. Uncle, now is not the time for family squabbles. Glenbrook now knows of the salt crystals. It is but a matter of time until Hyzant learns of them as well. We must make ready to stand against them.
What would you have me do?
The Death's Knell is taking far too long to build. See that it is finished with haste. Do that, and I will name you my Prime Minister, so you may fulfill your dearly departed son's dream in his stead.
Very well.
There is no time to waste. War will be upon our doorstep before we know it.
Not gonna lie, Svarg's survived a lot longer than I ever thought he was. I thought this man was gonna be dead by like chapter 5.
A war to end all wars. A war whose victor shall rule Norzelia in her glorious entirety.
Sleep, my friend. Completed. Save my game? I will save my game. Dun.
Deep in the Grand Norzelian mines lay a most unexpected discovery. Crystals of pure salt. Now in possession of knowledge that could alter the course of history in Norzelia, the members of House Wolford gather at Whiteholm Castle to discuss their next move.
Dun-dun-dun. If Greaves could passions more. What if Greaves could passions more? What does that even mean?
Unexpected though it may be, the salt crystals are now ours. How shall we proceed?
Carefully, for it has the potential to alter the balance of power across Norzelia. This is an opportunity to reshape the realm to our benefit. We must be strategic.
It's a target on our backs is what it is. There'll be no peace for us so long as we hold them.
Hyzant will set upon us with a fury we've never known if they hear of this.
She's right. They will stop at nothing to defend their faith.
Nor will Esfrost go quietly into the night.
Then let us prepare for when word does spread, rather than fret over how long we can keep the secret. Whether we protect the salt as ours, or find another way to use it, we must act soon.
What say you, Your Majesty?
We find ourselves at a crossroads. Not just as a kingdom, but an entire realm. Our decision will touch every life in Norzelia. I too wish to act quickly. But I beg you all for a moment alone with my thoughts.
The ocean's great waves?
Your caution is admirable, but ill-advised. Hesitation could cost us everything.
That much is obvious. Yet I cannot race headlong into the unknown when so much depends upon us.
Benedict, I find myself unmoored as well. I wish to hear from all present before we decide upon a course of action.
As you wish. Pray let it be swift.
Serenoa, answer me this. Can I count on you to walk the path with me, whatever it may be?
I was named Lord of House Wolfort long before I was inducted into the Saintly Seven. And I've been your friend even longer still.
Say no more. Take the others to Castle Wolfort and await my word. Likewise.
As you wish.
Take the others to Castle Wolfort and await my word. Likewise. Inform me of any movements from Hyzant.
Till we meet again.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Milo? Yes. Character stories. Anna. An Eridor seems to know more than he lets on. Dun 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 dun. 31,000 kins. Let's see what Archibald has. Still got the Medal of Valor. Elites. Veterans and elites. Sword Master. Mastery Cavalryman. Fire Master. Master Curist. Master Assassin. Master Advisor. Some of these names are kind of uninspired, I gotta admit. Treasure Hunter. Thundering Shot. No Honor. Tyranites. Spell Master. Increases the range of command abilities by 1. Now that sounds pretty cool. Hale and Hardy. Increases your movement at 1 at max HP. Interesting. Swift End. The Rite of Luck, I can imagine what that does. Excuse me. Twofold turn. Oh yeah, this man still needs the Medal of Bravery. Let's grab a Medal of Bravery for this man. He's still a recruit. It's okay, Benedict. There.
Never stop learning.
Now you should be doing a little bit better. Remain calm. I think Narv might be the next one I go for. Just based on extending your reach. I kind of do. I mean, we already got 1 resurrection. I don't know how many more we really need. How are we looking on Eridor in terms of King's Shield? 4 iron and 4 stone. Anna. Favorite fragment. It only costs 1 now. So okay, so it must have cost 2 initially. Excuse me. Ray of Rain, Ray of Tempest as well. But let's see what Quality Stone is looking like. Maybe we should look at these as well for Serenoa. Increases damage done by critical hits. Get this. And this. Let's see how we are looking for Superior Stone. Bye. And Superior Iron. Serenoa's convictions have strengthened. Alright, Eridor. Oh no! We don't have enough Superior Stone. Did I not buy? I thought I bought Superior Stone. Did I not? Oh no, I just didn't buy all of it. Interesting. Well, let's spend all the Superior Stone to get King's Shield. Now we have our first weapon skill on Eridor. So I'm hoping this man can get pretty cracked. Gila, evasion, jump. Restore more HP. Let's do this. Let's do restore more HP. Let's get this defense bonus on ENs too. He's become very useful. Why is Benedict at the front? Oh, is it because he has a maxed out weapon as well? Effects of Bulwark, Raging Beast. Uwet. Oh, and she can get this. Physical damage, and then, okay. Ah, range of normal attacks by 1. Might as well. More range on Uwet. And then I want to see y'all's stats before I go about increasing. So I have a luck bonus, big luck bonus. You get 4 dragons. So you got magic defense, you got normal defense. Okay. Let's see their stats first. Serenoa, how are you looking? Your Fizz, oh, you're even 27-27. And you're at 317 HP. I think we give it to Roland. I think we give the HP boost to Roland. Serenoa's just got higher stats overall, so. Let's do this, and then we need an iron and a quality iron for this. Okay. We might be able to do that. We might be able to buy that. And I guess I'll just run up. Well, no, I don't know. I won't preemptively run those. We don't have a lot of money left, though. Wow, just like that. 30,000 kins out the window. But hopefully, we now have a fairly good Roland, and we hopefully have a very good Eridor. Eridor, I'm counting on you. These all... There is one new one, Desperate Assault. So I'm actually gonna run these while I check something. I'm just gonna check the Genshin wiki. See if there's a new event going on. Bunch of nothing. Go to the Genshin homepage. There is an event that started today. Wow. Yes. Ends in 20 days. Okay, so this is the rhythm game thing I was looking at. I don't think we'll start that today, though. I'm just looking at the rewards. Get the bongo drum. I don't think we have time to start it today. So, let's leave in the encampment and see what's going on. This might be a slightly shorter stream today, but we might end it. I might just do the character story, and then maybe just these 3 sets of cutscenes. But at least the character story with Anna. And then we'll see, depending on how long this is.
Under this tree.
This here's the land of the Jax clan. Or used to be, more like. That clasp on your chest, that's their sigil, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a memento from my parents. Or so I was told.
This thing? Her cloak pin?
Aye, now that I'm looking for it, I can see the resemblance. Same silvery hair and everything. Villages near here met with a pretty terrible fate.
Oh my, you've met with an unfortunate fate, haven't you?
They begged the armies to spare their fields. The only one who listened was one of House Wolfort's bannermen. No one was surprised, big war hero that he was. But by the time we got here, the Jax had been all but exterminated. He was digging graves for the dead, enemy and all. A hero and a gentleman he was. Names on the tip of my tongue.
Benedict.
Aye, that was it. Do you know the man? I'd like you to pass on my gratitude, if you do.
Thanks for showing me the way.
Your coin's all the thanks I require. If that's all you'll be needing me for, I'll leave you to it.
You make a poor stalker.
Ain't exactly what I'm built for.
You fought in the battle here, didn't you?
Benedict swore me to secrecy. But suppose it ain't break an oath if you already know. Oh, but first I ought to tell you. You've the right to the truth. And those ain't my words. They're his. That's why he never tried to stop you from finding out about your parents.
You know of their fate?
We drove the enemy up the cliff top. Cornered him there. The same instant we cut their leader down, a babe cried out in the distance. In the hideout, we found you, all swaddled up. A letter pinned to you with that same clasp on your chest.
Live strong, Anna. Stronger than any. I see now.
Your family died at our hands. If it's vengeance you want, you can take it out on me.
That doesn't sound like the Eredor I know. Do you think so little of me? To assume I would forsake my friend, bloody my hands with revenge. I know the truth at last. That is enough.
Is it, Anna? Or are you forcing it to be?
Don't be a fool. Benedict is the one who raised me. If I ever want for a father, I know where to find him. And when we've won this war, I shall make sure he understands that.
Loki got better voice acting than the entire game. I don't know. I feel like sometimes the character stories are like, in terms of the voicing, are just so much better than the main story sometimes. Maybe because it's short, they're all like short segments. I don't know. Here you go, Bam Bam. Maybe Twins Gate, and then Central Esros, and then maybe Hierophant's Palace. I think we might save Hierophant's Palace for next stream, but we'll see how long. If these are both short like that one was, like Anna's, then we'll just do all three, and we'll start off.
I am gladdened to see each and every one of you, my ironclad brothers in arms, here at Twins Gate.
And then the gate opens and he falls.
I have asked you here to tell you of a most fortuitous discovery. We have found crystals of salt deep in the Grand Norzelian mines. Alas, Glenbrook has taken those very mines from us. What's worse, Glenbrook's esteemed House Wolfort is led by one of the saintly seven of Hyzant. They will no doubt be informed of the salt crystals, and their precious religion will be shaken to its core. I trust you can all imagine how Hyzant will respond to such an affront. They will not go quietly, but will instead seek the crystals for themselves, that their reign of terror may continue unimpeded. Therefore, we must subdue Glenbrook and seize the mines for Esfrost if we are to counter this grave threat. But we cannot stop there, for that will only draw Hyzant to our gates. They will stop at nothing to conquer all of Norzelia in their name.
So we must beat them to it.
The Duchy has never been in a more precarious position. But we will not yield. We subscribe to no faith, and we bend the knee for no king. We shall greet our enemies at Twins Gate with cold, hard steel. Our newest weapon, the Death's Knell, is nearly complete. With it, we shall strike back at Hyzant. The false goddess shall crumble beneath the sheer force of our iron will, and Hyzant reduced to rubble along with her. Raise your swords, my black iron heroes. Your names shall be cast in iron when the histories of this day are written. You shall be known as the defenders of Esfrost!
For Esfrost!
Oh yes. The Death's Knell will reduce many a falsehood to rubble, dear Gustadolf.
Dun dun dun. But will it actually work? Or will Gustadolf somehow find out again? Because plot armor. That was pretty short. They're all about looking about 4-ish minutes, something like that. Ah.
Have you heard the popular rumor, Lord Claris?
That Hyzant intends to raise an army against Glenbrook? Yes, I am familiar.
So it's reached the consortium then. Is it true?
King Roland has only just reclaimed the Crown City with Hyzant's help, not to mention restored relations with them. Ordinarily, such a thing would be unthinkable, but the rumors are so persistent that I think something may be afoot.
Foot.
For example?
I wouldn't be so restless if I had an example to give.
Esfrost gathers its troops at Twinsgate. Might they have heard the rumors as well?
Perhaps. A battle for the very soul of Norzelia may loom on the horizon. But therein lies the opportunity for merchants like us. You can't wage war without a surfeit of supplies.
You're quite right about that.
And each shift in Norzelia's power balance opens new business opportunities.
Will the consortium continue trading with Hyzant?
'Tis difficult to say. I believe House Wolfort's actions from here on will be key to the consortium's decision.
House Wolfort, you say?
Indeed. They've been involved in most every conflict between the three nations on this continent. Why stop now? I shall wait and see how Lord Serenoa responds first, lest I make any hasty decisions.
I think maybe, actually, I know I said they were all short, but I think this might be a good way to catch up on what had happened last time. Start off with Milo telling them about the salt, so let's save it there. And I know this is a bit shorter than how things have been recently, but I think this is a good place to stop, right before things start kicking off. So, let me just see if anyone's going. Really? No one? No one? I would have thought Sinnoh or somebody would have been streaming. Oh, yes, okay. It's not showing up. Let's see. Oh. Beta Lightning is streaming. Valorant. Valorant's fun. Let's go check that out. So, anyway, I'm going to start the thing with Eleme. And I think tomorrow, maybe we'll do the Genshin event. And then on Wednesday, we'll be back with some Triangle. So it's probably best that I left that. Thinking about it, it probably would have been better if I hadn't overwritten that save, so we could just start it off fresh again. But what are you going to do? Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow, I believe. And I think we will do the Genshin event. Yeah, hopefully if it's all out. It seems like it's all out. I've seen people on the subreddit posting stuff about the rhythm game stuff, so I think it's all out. And we'll do that tomorrow. And that'll be fun. It looks like it uses 3 keys. I wasn't quite sure. It looks like it maybe uses like Q, W, E, and like OP and like the left bracket or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I have a separate keyboard, so I might use that as well. But who knows? It seems a lot more complicated. The actual event I don't think is complicated, but apparently people have made really fancy custom courses themselves. They're pretty hard. But anyway, thank you all for watching. It's a little bit of a shorter stream today, but I think this is a good point. Plus, I don't want to like get sucked into something super long afterwards. So, better safe than sorry, right? Anyway, raid. Oh, it went out. Oh, bye.